Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. It always seems impossible until it's done. A good head and good heart are always a formidable combination. But when you add to that a literate tongue or pen, then you have something very special. Do not judge me by my success, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. Lead from the back and let others believe they are in front. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I would still be in prison. I'm not a saint unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but its lowest ones. One of the things I learned when I was negotiating was that until I changed myself, I could not change others. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. You will achieve more in this world through acts of mercy than you will through acts of retribution. One cannot be prepared for something while secretly believing it will not happen. Freedom is indivisible. The chains on any one of my people were the chains on all of them. The chains on all of my people were the chains on me. It is not where you start, but how high you aim that matters for success. Sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that generation. We must use time creatively and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. Peace is the greatest weapon for development that any person can have. No single person can liberate a country. You can only liberate a country if you act as a collective. Courageous people do not fear forgiving for the sake of peace. There is no such thing as part freedom. For a revolution is not just a question of pulling a trigger. Its purpose is to create a fair, just society. It was a useful reminder that all men, even the most seemingly cold-blooded, have a core of decency, and that if their heart is touched, they are capable of changing. Although I am a gregarious person, I love solitude even more. Let your courage rise with danger. To make peace with an enemy, one must work with that enemy, and that enemy becomes one's partner. Overcoming poverty is not a gesture of charity. It is an act of justice. It is the protection of a fundamental human right, the right to dignity and a decent life. It was not lack of ability that limited my people, but lack of opportunity. I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. A man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. We pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination. It's never too late to do the right thing. A new world will be won not by those who stand at a distance with their arms folded. A child is born free. To overthrow oppression has been sanctioned by humanity and is the highest aspiration. To truly lead one's people, one must also truly know them. Honor belongs to those who never forsake the truth, even when things seem dark and grim, who try over and over again, who are never discouraged by insults, humiliation, and even defeat.